Good noon, everyone. Our lesson for today's devotional is entitled Revivals True and Counterfeit. Our verse for today is found in the book of Matthew, chapter 7, verse 16 to 17. It says, Ye shall know them by their fruits. Do men gather grapes of thorns or figs of thistles? Even so, every good tree bringeth forth good fruit, but a corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit. Before the final visitation of God's judgments upon the earth, there will be among the people of God such a revival of primitive godliness as not been witnessed since apostolic times. The Spirit and power of God will be poured out upon His children. At that time, many will separate themselves from those churches in which the love of this world has supplanted love for God and His Word. Many, both of ministers and people, will gladly accept those great truths which God has caused to be proclaimed at this time, to prepare a people for the Lord's second coming. The enemy of souls desires to hinder this work, and before the time of such a movement shall come, he will endeavor to prevent it by introducing a counterfeit in those churches which he can bring under his deceptive power. He will make it appear that God's special blessing is poured out. There will be manifest what is thought to be great religious interest. Wherever men neglect the testimony of the Bible, turning away from those plain, soul-testing truths which require self-denial and renunciation of the world, where we may be sure that God's blessing is not bestowed. A wrong conception of the character, the perpetuity, and the obligation of the divine law has led to errors in relation to conversion and sanctification, and thus resulted in lowering the standard of piety in the church. Here is to be found the secret of the lack of the Spirit and power of God in the revivals of our time. It is only as the law of God is restored to its rightful position that there can be a revival of primitive faith and godliness among His professed people. Thus saith the Lord, Stand ye in the ways, and see, and ask for the old paths. There is the good way, and walk therein, and ye shall find rest for your souls. Let us pray. Project na natin, hallowed. Pinay na kinam come, ever at His name. God, thank you for being with us for this day, dear Father, and also thank you for the beautiful message that we have just heard. We pray that it will be flooded in our hearts and minds as we walk close to you. Thank you everything, dear Father. This is all I ask in the name of Jesus we pray. Amen.